So the next thing I'm going to do is talk about design options. So let's go to the Plan A2 schematic to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and tag the rooms. The rooms are actually here, right? You can see them, um, but they um, they aren't tagged yet. So I'm just going to go to tag all here, and I'm just going to pick room tags. All right, and you can come to the pull down if you want to do the regular room tag, which doesn't have the area, or pick whatever you want. I'll just leave it on the regular and click OK, and it'll tag all those rooms. You don't necessarily have to do that, but you can. I'll go ahead and undo that just to have a little bit of a cleaner view. And so what I want to do now is I want to do a different version of this, and I don't want to have to delete this or be stuck, or not be able to go back. So I want two different versions. So what I'm going to do is create some design options. So down at the bottom is a design option. Let me get rid of this so it comes back. And down here is a design options. So if you click on this, there are no design options right now. We're just in the main model, and I want to have a new option set. So I'm going to click new, and I'll make a new option. There's only one option under there, and I want two, so I'm going to make a new option. And then I'll highlight option set, and I'll rename it, and I'll name that L2 layout. Okay, and click OK. And then I'll just leave it at option 1 and option 2 for right now. If I could name them more specifically later, I might, and I'll hit close. So now I have sort of two empty containers for option 1 and option 2. And what I want to do is I want to move all of the walls that might change into option 1 and option 2. So I'm going to come in and pick this wall, right click on it, select all instances, visible in view, and I'll just hold down my control key and pick the doors, right, and pick the walls. And I just want to move these guys into two different sort of versions of itself. So once I have the options available, I can come in, and down here I have add to set. And if I click on that, I have what set do you want to add it to, and I only have one option set, layout 2, and I'm going to add this to option 1 and option 2. So I'm going to click OK, and it's one of the highlighted walls overlaps, and that's okay. We'll figure that out later. It's not going to hurt anything. And so now that I have moved them right into option 1 and option 2, they are not selectable. And the other thing I may want to move into option 1 and option 2 are the rooms, right, that are associated with these. So I could come in and sort of select across here and go to filter, right, and filter out, check none, and all I want are the rooms, and click OK. And then I'll move those also into option 1 and option 2. Okay, so now all of this stuff is non-selectable because they're in two different options. So if I go to option 1, that highlights, and if I go to option 2, that highlights. There's the same thing. But let's say in option 2 I wanted to start making some changes. So I've decided that maybe I want a communal space down here at the end, or maybe down here where the main elevator is. This is going to be sort of an open space, and then I'm going to have some more regularized rooms set up here with maybe a suite on the end. So what I'm going to start to do is figure out where I want that open area. So if this is the elevator coming out, maybe that open area sits kind of right here, right? And this wall goes away. So I'm just going to select this guy, right click on it, and create similar, and I'm going to put a wall here, right? And so now what's going to happen is I'm going to have this little area here. This is a room, right? That's a corridor. And this sort of area is going to become open. So if I go and pull this guy to there, now let me trim this out, make it cleaner. Now I have kind of this open area, but this room is is huge, and I'm not sure if I want that whole area to be defined as the corridor, but I don't have a wall there anymore because it's kind of an open space, a congregating space, whatever. And so what I'm going to do is draw a room separation line right here and separate those two rooms, even though I don't have a wall. So I'm going to go to Architecture, Room Separator, and I'll just draw it from the endpoint there to there. And so now if I go in, that room stops there, and I don't have a room here. So I can actually go to my room and click here, right? And I'll just pick, like LR, L2G for gathering. All right. And I'm ignoring the numbers right now. Y'all should be more responsible about that. You could also hide these if you don't want to see them. You could definitely view hide them, right? So even though the rooms are separated, you don't see that little division. And these already have rooms, right? So you could go to your annotate and tag all, and I'll just do the rooms again, room tags, click OK. So you can start to see it still has these tags in here and these rooms, and I have this added one here. And so now maybe I want to come in and this room is right here. Maybe this would be a good place to put the just put that right here on the edge. Maybe this would be a good place to put the laundry and all that kind of stuff, or maybe there's a little kitchen in there, and so this guy becomes maybe a larger room, right? Maybe there's some idea about a bathroom, and then maybe we delete this guy, and you'll see you'll get multiple rooms are in the same area. The correct area printer will be assigned to one room and the other will display redundant. Okay, so you can click OK, or you can delete the rooms. So if I click OK, I could come in and just pick the one that I don't want, which maybe I don't want the bathroom one, right? But I accidentally deleted the other one, so let's go back. But let's pick this one, right, and delete that. And oh, actually it's just going to leave that one, so that's okay. You can just rename it whatever you want it to be in here. And then maybe this guy comes down and becomes a little bit smaller room, and this gets deleted, and so you start to have a series of more regular rooms with this guy. And then this guy needs to have, or this guy is that room, and so you're missing a room here. You can always go in, and if you go to your visibility graphics again, you could turn on the rooms, the room fills, just to see where you have rooms and where you don't, and turn them off again. So if I go to interior fill and apply, right, you can see that I've got rooms everywhere except for right there. And then I could go back and get rid of the interior fill and click OK. And then also if you go to the architecture and room, right, it will show which have rooms and which don't. And then I can come in here and put a room in here and name that. But now basically what I have are two options. I have option 2 and I have option 1. Right? The primary option is the one that shows when you have the main model, which means it turns on everything else, right? When I come back, we'll look at sort of how to show those two or to print one or the other. But you can also start to set up sheets with visibility graphics that'll show one and the other, and you can talk about those, okay? Ooh, that was kind of long, but it is an important one.